Louisa. Louisa.
Good morning, SKN. I am Cortensia Carty.
And I'm Alicia Daniel Blake. And this morning, for weather, it's mostly sunny with hazy conditions. A high of 90 and a low of 93 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh,
so
73.
Today, it's going to be a hot day.
73. Oh, it's lower. It went down. It went down a bit. So, yay. On that note, it's Friday.
It's definitely Friday. You can
It
tell
is.
from our energy this
Yeah.
morning. It's Friday.
The last working day of the week. Not that we're too excited, but yeah, it's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. So we get a break from the other work and do some other kind of work in the house.
Oh my
Or
God, that part.
partay. Those of you who partay, partay.
Partay. We begin this morning with the latest in local news. This from the ZIZ newsroom. The Ministry of Entrepreneurship, Entertainment and Talent, MOENT, is pleased to announce 2 amazing training opportunities for creatives in the music industry. Both workshops are 100% free to attend and will address several practical areas to aid our creatives in monetizing their talents. The first of these is a half-day session on the 21st May from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., which MOENT is hosting in collaboration with the Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization, ECCO, which will offer an introduction to intellectual property rights and more specifically their applicability to the music sector. Both facilitators for this training are experts in their respective fields and have a wealth of knowledge to impart to the participants. This will be conducted as a hybrid session, giving persons the choice between joining in person at the National ITC Center or virtually via Zoom. The second workshop consists of 4 half-day sessions running from the 23rd May to 26th May, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily, and will also be held at the National ICT Center. Top regional and international professionals will share their expertise to demonstrate vital elements that will aid music creatives. Mistress Shirlene Pemberton, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Entrepreneurship, Entertainment and Talent, MOENT said, and I quote, "A major component of the ministry's mandate is formalizing the creative industry to enable all industry actors to benefit from the improved, sustainable economic activity. Capacity development is a key tool to achieving this mandate, which is why these types of training opportunities are extremely important for our creatives." And cool. That's good.
Yes, I like that. I liked the word monetize. And I like the word economic advancement. Yeah, because, sometimes we think that music is just for fun and,
Yeah, and there's
people
nothing
should
to have from it.
do music for free. No.
Yeah, there's something to
they
be had.
need to be paid for their work.
They need to. Please pay them.
So, the second story by way of a Nevis Island Administration press release, the author and publisher of the book, Lifting the Weight of Miscarriage, says her decision to host a panel discussion on the topic, again, lifting the weight of miscarriage and infertility, in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs in the Nevis Island Administration, is to help persons cope with the difficulties surrounding childbearing. The event was held at the Nevis Performing Arts Center, NEPAC, yesterday, Thursday, 19th May 2022. Ms. Jehan Williams, a lawyer by profession, explained that she was prompted to embark on such a mission because of her personal experience with the issue and the overwhelming and positive feedback from her book. Jehan said, I quote, "In November 2020, I suffered my own loss. 6.5 months into my first pregnancy due to fibroids, I started looking for resources to read to help me understand what happened and what I could have done differently, but I did not find anything that spoke to me to the Caribbean experience. I started writing as my emotional outlet, and that writing morphed into a book that I launched in November 2021 called Lifting the Weight of Miscarriage." Jehan further expressed, I quote, "The book chronicled the physical, emotional, and spiritual impacts that the loss had on me, and to some extent my baby's father in the first 6 months after the loss." End of quote. So her book has morphed into something more.
And I like that. Because as we spoke to it before, that was a shame for most women. Like, you see the other one being able to carry, deliver, and have a beautiful baby, and you carry, and then you just lose it out of the blue.
Right.
Educational exhibits. The trained tour guides are Tishari Kelly, Tyra Richardson, Cheslin Ferlans, Lovic Carter, Tishel Samuel Caesar. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Carleen Henry Morton, said the St. Kitts Eco Park is undergoing upgrades to deliver a more quality experience and provide entrepreneurial employment opportunities for residents living in the area.
Mm-hmm. That's good news.
Good news. I have my wedding there, so love the Eco Park.
Nice.
Love the Eco Park.
So don't go away. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Dreamy Decor specializes in flowers for all events, from birthdays to weddings and any other special occasion. What's a better way to express to the people you love than by providing the finest selection of beautiful flowers and gifts? So when you think of flowers, think of us, Dreamy Decor.
I going out tonight. I got a hot date. He older than me, but I don't care. I like what he telling me. He say I look sweet and ting. What? You want me go home with him? Nice. Boy, I wonder if I'm ready for this. I notice he ain't got a condom, but I gonna go ahead, see? He might think me ain't like him or trust him. Plus, this my first time. Nothing gonna happen to me. Lord, how could I let this happen? I ain't ready for no child. Who can support me and my child? My man gone jail and mommy and daddy said they ain't gonna help. I all on my own. How could I be so careless? I wish I could go back to that now. But my education on hold. How could I let this happen? Don't let this happen to you. Contact the Department of Gender Affairs to find out about confidential offices and personnel available to answer questions about your sexuality or pre- or postnatal concerns.
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. We now continue with the latest in regional news. Principal viciously attacked by student after morning devotions. This from the St. Vincent Times. The principal of Mountain View Adventist Academy is thanking God for his life after he was assaulted by a student of the institution on Wednesday. The St. Vincent Times understands that Gabrielle Bowman, the school principal, was attacked by the student following morning devotions. Bowman was assaulted by the student who wore brass-knuckled rings the moment he exited his office, sources said. Bowman sustained injuries to his face and neck and was left bloodied. Sources told St. Vincent Times that the Mesopotamia police were called, but they could not come due to a lack of vehicles. Upon arriving at the station, the principal was informed that the matter belongs to the Ministry of Education. Additionally, the publication was informed that the ministry was notified and the minister was called. Several police officers and ministry officials arrived at the school shortly thereafter. In an interview with the St. Vincent Times, it was reported that the student was expelled recently for reasons not revealed. However, the publication was told the Education Ministry asked school officials to allow the student to finish the term. Wow. That's all I can say on that, really. Wow.
Wow. Because there's nothing else to say.
Yes, parents, please train your children.
Please
That's all we have to say on that matter.
Everything begins at home. Everything begins at home. And the fact that that student came, oh my, society is just angry these days.
Yes.
And there's something, I don't know what we can
need
do,
some
but
peace.
Yeah, we need some morning yoga at schools now. We continue now with our international news. Another sad story. Israel will not investigate Shireen's Abu Akleh's killing. This from Al Jazeera. The Israeli military is not planning to investigate the killing of Al Jazeera journalist Shireen Abu Akleh, according to Israeli media, leading her family to reiterate their call for a transparent probe into her shooting. Israel's military police criminal investigation division believes an investigation that treats Israeli soldiers as suspect will lead to opposition within the Israeli society. The Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported on Thursday. Abu Akleh, 51, was killed by an Israeli soldier last Wednesday, according to witnesses and colleagues who were present when she was shot while covering an Israeli military raid in the occupied West Bank city of Jenin. In response to the report, Abu Akleh's family said they were not surprised by the Israeli military potentially not investigating her death. The family said in a statement to Al Jazeera, and quote, "We were expecting this from the Israeli side. That's why we didn't want them to participate in the investigation. We want to hold whoever is responsible for these acts accountable. We urge the United States in particular, since she is a U.S. citizen, and the international community to open a just and transparent investigation to put an end to the killings," end quote. Very sad.
Yeah.
And she was wearing a vest. It said she was pressed. She was wearing a helmet, and she was shot directly where she was not covered.
Yes.
Oh my God, sad world. Well, there you have it for the latest in regional and international news. Stay tuned. We have plenty more for you up next.
And more brighter information.
Against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? The Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
Has anyone ever touched you here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am salt smart.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
Salt is an important part of the human diet, but most of us consume more than we realize.
Welcome back to GMSKN. Today is International HR or Human Resources Day. This year it is being celebrated under the theme, HR Shaping the New Future. On this day, countries all around the world celebrate the indispensable human resource professionals who positively contribute to the success of organizations on an international scale. Therefore, it is our pleasure to speak with Gloria Esdale Robinson and Shanique Corner, members of the prospective St. Kitts and Nevis Human Resources Association. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome, ladies.
Welcome to Good Morning SK.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
You are most welcome. The first question, where did the idea come from to form the SKN HR Association?
Okay, so the SKN HRP, which is the abbreviation for the St. Kitts Nevis.
Most people consume excess salt from processed foods, such as snack foods, processed meats, instant meals, and condiments.
Instead, use fresh vegetables, ground provision, fresh meats, and natural herb seasonings, just like our grandparents did, and just like you did with this soup. We are salt smart.
And we're back. So to continue on, where did the idea to form the SKN HR Association come from?
The idea started in March of 2020. The SKN HRP is the abbreviation for the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Human Resource Professionals. And it actually started when a group of human resource practitioners here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis joined together to explore the possibility of forming our very own association.
That's good. Now we need that in terms of HR. Because HR is very important to organizations. Is it your role in your place of employment that motivated you both to establish or join the organization?
Well, one of the things that happens very regularly is that we collaborate, whether it's for asking questions personally for developmental purposes or seeking to make comparisons for salaries or finding out best practices. So we thought that it really made sense for us to join together to pool our different levels of expertise or resources. And one of the things that has happened also as we've gone along with this process is the support of our very own businesses. So our chairman, at least at TDC, is very much behind the initiative and has offered our space to host meetings at any time for the SKN HRP.
So I have a short follow-up questions. Are all the organization with HR department under this umbrella?
We are hoping that everyone will
come under the umbrella.
Will come on board with us. And that is part of the drive that we are focusing on to make sure that we have full membership of all practitioners and our professionals within the HR industry.
Right. I like the fact that the HR professionals were already networking before the association came into being. Is it your specific roles at your different job placements that encouraged you guys to form the association? In other words, what aspect are you in terms of the HR profession?
Okay, to answer that question, we actually came together regarding the association due to our chairperson, Mrs. Sonia Edwards, who has been a part of the Caribbean HR Association, and participating and contributing towards that association, she recognized that there was a strong presence from other Caribbean islands in terms of representation from their very own local HR association. So that is what actually birthed the idea in terms of forming a local association here.
Oh, okay. I like that. So what are your current roles in the organization itself right now? Or is it that you haven't done that as yet? Because I realize that you said prospective association.
Yes, so that is correct. The association is currently in the implementation stages. We are currently working on the framework in terms of setting up our bylaws, which will be the constitution by which the association will be governed. This document includes terms such as our goals and our objectives, our membership, subscription, voting capabilities, dissolution. So it's a very lengthy document, but we are dedicated to finalizing that framework within at least the next 6 to 8 weeks. In terms of our contributions, we do have several committees in place. So we do have the General Planning Committee. However, we do have committees in place in terms of communication, marketing, and so forth.
So are you guys heading up any of those committees?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I'm actually heading the communications committee in terms of sending out formal communications to different establishments, as well as we're currently in the process of launching our marketing campaign, which involves creating that social media presence so that we can establish our social media pages and just sensitize the general public about the association and what we have in store for them.
That's what about you, Gloria?
I support her.
So I like that fact that you are both founding members. Now that we have that quite clearly. Congratulations.
And we also want to take the opportunity to list some of the other founding members as well, just to give them thanks. Of course, Shanique mentions Mrs. Sonia Edwards. She's the lead consultant and manager who's assisting us. We also have Kamara Lee Prentice. You would have had her a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Shanique herself, Joelle Watley, she's now at the Labor Department. Trista Williams, she's at the ECCB. Miss Eugenia Petty at National Caribbean Insurance. Trevicia Adams at the Cooperative Credit Union of St. Kitts. And Mr. Dennis Freddie Knight, who is an HR consultant.
All affluent women, I must say.
Yes, very influential persons,
Yes.
very experienced persons who are helping to galvanize this process forward.
Right, and quite a few of the business places in the Federation. So, yes.
So you have a wide cross section, even down to the Labor Department, who is now
a part of the association.
And we need that. We need them to be a part of it. So is it too early for you ladies to plan activities for International HR Day?
Considering that you're just founding yourselves.
No, in the past we would have had engagements. In 2020, we did an actual luncheon. And we invited one of our counseling professionals, Mrs. Michelle Delacouche Blake, to interact with us. And the focus of what she did for us was HR professionals caring for self and others. You know, we are in this business for which we are expected to care for all of our staff members.
Yes.
Even though sometimes some staff feel that we are on the management side of things, you know, so we have to strike that balance, you know, in how we manage the experiences of all the stakeholders within the organization. But she was able to come in and provide very good advice as to how, yes, you perform your roles, but how do you also unwind? How do you take care of you in the process of caring for others as well? And that is key.
So how important do you think the HR department is to every organization?
It's critical. You cannot run a successful business without your HR department, without your HR professionals. One of the things that is happening now also is that you're seeing, because of the effects of the pandemic, more and more persons are needing psychosocial support.
Yes.
That is something that perhaps we would have never considered in a very serious way before. You know, you assist, you know, in one-on-one, but you're seeing more overwhelmingly that more staff members are needing counseling services, assistance outside of the work environment that requires professional assistance. And I can tell you for sure, my company, TDC, is committed to providing that level of service to our employees. And I know Shanique at DeLille as well is so committed.
Correct.
Yes.
Ladies, now that we are getting into the meat of it, we do have to take a short commercial
That's
break.
fine. Very short one.
We'll be right back.
All right.
Children, how can you tell a tsunami coming?
Teacher me.
Sammy?
My mother said when uncle jump in the pool and the water spoosh out, that's how you tell a tsunami coming.
Settle down, children. Settle down. Do you remember our tsunami song?
Yes! When you feel it shaking and it's moving around, you see the ocean gone left the fish and the sand. You should run, run, run. The higher ground, a tsunami soon come.
Mommy, Uncle not here and the other shake. Hush your mouth. Daddy, Uncle not here and the sea gone.
Who cares? You don't see all them free fish? Quick, give me the bag.
This is how you tell a tsunami a come. Teacher says so. I would have failed in school, you know.
Sammy, come, let me go. They would have failed anyhow. Let me run, see, Sammy.
When you feel the earth shaking and it's moving all around, you see the ocean gone left the fish and the sand. You should run, run, run. The higher ground, a tsunami soon come.
Do you know that common baked goods such as bread and crackers are high in salt? Get Salt Smart.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, you're watching Good Morning SKN. We are speaking about International HR Day with members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Association of Human Resources. You're speaking to Gloria Esdale Robinson and Shanique Connor. So Shanique, during the break, we had a little discussion about you being in the HR field. Was this your initial plan, or was there a change as you went along with your career?
The answer to that is actually both.
Okay.
So my initial plan was to be in the HR field. I started off as a human resource coordinator at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort, and I was actually the youngest person to actually be part of that team, where they actually hired me approaching my 18th birthday. So I quickly grasped the opportunity. I was in employee benefits, and I worked in that department for 3 years. Then shortly after, I received an opportunity at another hotel where I was given the opportunity to be the executive assistant at Royal St. Kitts Hotel. So I stepped out of HR for a little bit, and then I worked in employee benefits for Sagicor, who were the TDC, were the agents for Sagicor at that time and still is. And then from there, I went back into HR, where I started off as a human resource officer at Dilio Walwyn Group of Companies, and then I was promoted to HR manager within the first 6 months.
Congrats.
Yes. Congrats. Go girl power, the woman.
That's some serious girl power.
Thank you.
That's right.
What about you, Gloria?
No, well, actually, my entry into human resources began some years ago. I initially wanted to do what you're doing right now. And actually, you were one of my inspirations, Alicia. To pursue journalism. So I have a first degree in journalism and broadcast, and then, the master's in human resources. So having returned home, I got an opportunity at the Port Authority. And then from there, I moved on to the TDC Group of Companies, where I started as a training and development officer and has moved up now to the Chief Human Resources Officer. I've seen where HR has advanced so much from just a role where you are just managing people, ensuring that they come in, and if they have to go out, the processes are followed. But to know having that opportunity to be a strategist on our management team, that I think is most excellent, and it has really raised the bar for us in the whole human resources field, and for me personally at TDC.
I love it.
Congratulations
the
to you as well.
Rose up the ladder.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
The ladder.
I'm a feminist, so I love it.
So then let's get into some more details then. What are some of the duties of a human resource professional?
We're cross-functional.
Yes, I agree. HR, it contains some element of risk management in terms of ensuring that organizations remain legislatively compliant. It also entails being a strategic partner, as Gloria would have mentioned earlier, because it's most effective when you're able to get your people asset to facilitate the goals and objectives of the organization. So for me, HR within Dilio Walwyn Group of Companies, it goes far beyond just coaching, counseling, mentoring, but also sort of steering the people asset to ensure that we overall achieve the goals and objectives of the organization.
Good stuff.
Now I like that word, people asset.
Yes.
Yes, it shows the value.
The value. Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, you feel valued by your company.
I think you were going to add something?
I was saying yes, for sure. Being now a part of the strategic focus, you're not just looking at the immediate needs, you're also seeking to, through those same goals and objectives of the organization, what are the future needs? And therefore preparing your employees to be able to meet those future needs. So a critical element of the whole HR management function is training and development, succession management as well. How do you prepare people for tomorrow? considering the skills that they have today.
Yes.
Correct.
How do you get them to that next level? Considering everything that we have to compete with globally.
Yes.
Yes.
How do we prepare? How do we survive? How do we remain competitive? So it's not just about the personal or the soft skills as we once were deemed to be managing, but it's now more strategy and business objectives that you are actually contributing significantly to the bottom line. And you're seeing it through the people skills.
So you can say the circle is now complete.
Circle is now complete.
Love it. I love it. So how has the HR department positively contributed to both of your lives?
Well, for me, I would say it has given me an opportunity to touch others in a positive way. I have been able to get exposure to a lot of the best practices in terms of professionalism. How do you even here today is another opportunity where it has positively impacted me, having an opportunity to be a part of the association, an opportunity, like I said, to have persons come into your office in a manner where they're distraught, they're looking for guidance, they need somebody to kind of point them in that right direction, and you're able to give them the correct approach to situations. How do you handle something in the workplace? And this stems from even harassment in the workplace, or if you're currently going through a training program but you need additional support, but you're not comfortable saying it within an open forum or a group. I enjoy actually being able to steer persons in the right direction. And naturally, I am a people's person. I like working with others. I love collaborating. And it has also brought out my skills in terms of employee benefits, because I do like recognition programs, employee benefits in terms of preparing and organizing events where team members can come out and feel appreciated by the organization they work for.
Okay, wonderful. Yes. So she wants me to work for her. Yes.
Okay, so tough question. Have you ever had to fire anyone?
Unfortunately, yes.
And what is that like then?
It's a part of the responsibility, one that you do not necessarily want to embark on or have that, but because we are following rules and regulations, we must also ensure 100% compliance from staff, from management, with the established guidelines of the organization. And where violations occur, we must act. Of course, this is not the first resort. We try to see, well, how can we alleviate this problem without having to have this employee be removed from our employ? We apply other methods in the first instance before we actually get to that point of termination. But once it has to happen, the rules have been totally violated.
So in closing though, tell persons how they can, I guess, get in contact to join the HR association. What's the procedure for that one?
Okay, so the association currently has a membership form. So for persons who are interested in becoming a member of the association, you can contact us at sknhrp2020@gmail.com, or you can contact myself at mobile number 762-8547. You can also contact our chair, Ms. Sonia Edwards, and she's 664-2987.
Ladies, it's been a pleasure.
It has been.
And an education.
Yes.
Exactly. For having
Thank you for having us. Yes.
You're most welcome. So do enjoy the rest of your day, and we definitely would like to have you back in the future to give us some more details.
Before the launch.
Of course.
So
of course,
I can hear it here first again.
Wonderful.
Choose HR as a career.
I like that plug.
I like that.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this short break.
Where are you going? I just mopped the floor and now the chair leaving marks all over the place. Come on, go in bed, see? Sometimes I just can't take you on.
Violence is expressed in many ways. Most, unfortunately, go unreported or unaddressed for many reasons. If you or someone disabled is being abused, contact the police at 465-2241, social services at 467-1314, or the St. Kitts Nevis Association of Disabled Persons at 465-2151, 663-9077, or 663-4116. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO.
Consuming foods like bananas, potatoes, and dried peas and beans, such as lentils and kidney beans, contains potassium, which helps to reduce salt in the body.
Welcome to another Infused Friday, and we have another amazing infused water recipe for you today, which is mango, papaya and pineapple. So let's get into just some of the benefits of this fine selection of fruit. Mango juice is full of potassium and magnesium, the two compounds that regulate blood pressure in the body. Consuming mango juice daily can help one keep fit and maintain blood pressure and keep hypertension in check. Drinking mango juice also makes sure there is enough fluid in the body to keep it balanced. Did you know that mangoes are good for your eyes, improves immunity, great for digestion, helps fight cholesterol and may burn fat and reduces acne? Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. And finally, pineapple, rich in vitamin C and manganese, which promotes healthy bones. Pineapple is packed with disease-fighting antioxidants. Thanks to the antioxidants, pineapple has cancer-fighting properties. In addition, pineapples can aid digestion and assist in weight loss. Now for the ingredients. You need 1/4 cup of papaya, 1 cup of mango, 1/4 cup of pineapple, 1/2 cup of ice and 12 ounces of cold water. Directions: wash fruits well, chop and slice ingredients and add to a large jar or jug of iced water. Stir and serve in tall glasses. Refreshing. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
各位朋友，大家好. Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango.
Back to Good Morning SKN. Earlier, we had a discussion about International HR Day. But guess what? Today is also World Bee Day. So, thank you, sound effects lady. It is aimed to celebrate these pollinator insects that have a huge contribution to the ecosystem. Their work contributes to the growth of trees, flowers, and plants, which are food supplies for humans and other animals. Over the past few years, these insects have become endangered. So today, Alicia and I will be joining in the worldwide discussion on bees. Here are some interesting facts about bees. Alicia, you want to begin?
Yeah.
About the sound effects lady.
A honeybee can fly for up to 6 miles and as fast as 15 miles per hour.
Sounds like a jet
Can you
plane,
imagine that? Yeah, but you do realize sometimes when you're out in the garden or
And
something,
they fly past.
you realize it's sometimes very quickly. They go, bzz.
Yeah, and you actually feel it when they're passing it too, you know. Wow, look at
So
that.
that tells us exactly how fast they go. So let me just repeat that. They fly as fast as 15 miles per hour.
Yep.
And they can go a long distance too, because it says up to 6 miles.
Yeah, I wonder if the bees have an HR department, because I see all worker bees are female. Do you see that?
I see it. I see it.
So maybe they do have an HR department. Bees, can you let us know? Bzz.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And they're all female. And for
Yeah.
some strange reason, even you realize even with mosquitoes, it's the female. It's a female with a stinger.
Because we have to defend ourselves to the woman. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
All right. So next one, we have bees beat their wings up to 111,400 times in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Now that's some fast flutter.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You can't even see the wings.
Flutter. You can't
very
see the
fast
wings.
flutter.
You're just seeing the image of the movement.
Yes.
That's amazing.
The bees. So only female bees can sting, of course. We are the fireball of the party. Wink, wink. Male bees don't have stingers. Look at that. Okay, we need to empower the male bees to get some stingers. Look at that.
You see how sharp that is?
Yes, but even in the bee colony, the males don't have any stingers.
Yeah.
So bees, can you give the male some stingers? Empower the male? Yeah.
Actually, maybe the less stinging going on, the better. So let's leave nature to
All
it.
right. I'll leave y'all.
Imagine getting bitten more times.
I know.
No,
Stung.
just only females. Okay, only females. And then we have the honeybee. Is the only insect that makes food man can eat.
Look at that.
Okay, the honeybee.
So we have to respect the power of the bee.
Yeah, only insect. So it's critical. And have you ever had honey from the comb?
Yes, raw honey. Yes. Oh my God.
Yes, it's cool because you know you see the shape, and then you can actually let it drip out, and you can suck the actual comb.
Yeah, boy, but I was a bit concerned about sucking the comb because I thought maybe a little stinger could be in there still. So I did what you did. I just leaned it out. Yeah, make sure no bees was in there where we went and actually got the comb. So yeah.
Shout out to Otis.
That's a bee farmer.
He does, yes, that's a bee farmer. So, yeah.
So go ahead.
Each honeybee from the same hive have their own specific color identification.
Even the bees.
I didn't know that.
Identify themselves.
So the hive that you belong to, you know. So in other words, I guess that is how they're able to tell among themselves if somebody comes into their their hive that doesn't belong there. It's a different pattern. Yeah, it's a different pattern on that bee. So they definitely know who belongs in their hive.
Wow. 71 bee has... one bee. My bad. One bee has 5 eyes. Would you want to have 5 eyes?
No.
We would look weird. But look, it's cute on him though.
It's a good thing I'm not a bee.
But it's cute on him. Look, he has 1, 2, and then the others are kind of hidden.
The 2 large ones on the side, which is the ones that we see.
Yeah.
So we assume they had 2, but look at it. In between the antennae, there's actually 3 additional eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder why though.
I'm sure they have a purpose.
They must have for them to have them. So the honeybee is one of the most scientifically studied creatures in the world after man. Look at that.
Why do you think that is? I'm thinking maybe it's because they provide us with as the only insect with the food, the honey. And I guess in order to try and copy it, they study the bee.
Copy the honey?
Yeah. Synthetic sweetener.
Listen, the original things are the best things in my eyes.
Indeed.
Yeah. And look how many species, 20,000 species of bees. Wow, that is
a lot.
That is a lot.
And imagine that they are still endangered
And look at the
after all
colors.
of this. Yeah. Yep.
I wonder which one is
and
it.
the sizes too.
Look
Some
at
of them are bigger
that.
than others.
Yes.
Yep.
Look at that one looking like a beetle at the top. Almost looking like a beetle and not a bee.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yep.
So bees collect pollen by packing it into their stiff hair on their hind legs. These areas are called pollen baskets. So look, the bees have their own baskets.
Yeah. Look at the hind legs. You see that? Do you see the upper part of the legs there at
So
the
that's
hind
what they're
leg?
doing on the floor when they're just pushing back stuff and pushing back stuff.
They're collecting the pollen.
You want to be close to them, but you can't be close to them because those bad boys will just sting you. Well, bad ladies. No,
Yes,
bad boys. Let's say bad boys. Yeah, well, they'll just sting you. But no, we don't mean it in a bad way, boys. We're just using a connotation just to say what we're saying, okay?
Yeah, it's the ladies that do the stinging.
Yeah.
The queen bee lives for about 2 to 3 years and lays up to 2,500 eggs a day.
Look at that, a day.
Yeah, talk about hard work.
I know. Look at her. It's sad that she dies young, though. Because for us, 2 to 3 years is pretty
but
young.
Hey, if you're producing so many eggs a day, what do you think? She must be tired. She can't live for very long.
The strength of a woman should carry you on, Miss B.
Listen, that's one powerful mother, because hey.
2,500 a day?
Right,
2,500.
2,500.
We take 9 months just to
eggs.
produce a little
I know.
cutie thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
But their
so-
lifespan is so much shorter. So
Yeah. Almost all animals' lifespans are
insects,
shorter.
yeah,
Aw.
especially, yeah. But
So that-
hey, kudos to the mom bee, queen bee.
Queen bee. That's why you
if
call it queen, boo.
And if anybody refers to you as a queen bee, you're quite powerful.
I know.
Queen bee.
So that means I produce 2,500 kids in a day. The average honeybee will actually only make 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its lifetime.
Wow.
Not a lot. I
That's
guess
not a
that's
lot.
why it requires so many of them
And
in
you
the
have so
hive.
many worker bees there too,
Yeah.
Because just that small amount, so therefore it needs so many of them to have to fill out the honeycomb.
Look at that.
That's
Look
amazing.
At that. Look
Yeah.
at that. So in keeping with HR, I hope the HR have it all together and they keep the bees motivated and they deal with problems as soon as they arise so that the bees can continue producing their honey, right? What do you think?
Definitely. Have you ever been stung by a bee?
Yes. We all have. That's why I just mentioned I would want to be close because now I understand what they're doing when they're pushing the legs back. I now understand they're packing the pollen in their basket. But yeah, I got stung. One time I didn't see one in the bed. I lay down on it. My God.
Yeah.
So
it's powerful, that
They are.
sting. And one time I was changing the curtains and I felt something. I was like, hey, what's that? So I took put on my hand and then I looked and I saw, it had a little stinger there.
Sticking out.
And then I looked at the curtain and there was Miss B.
But don't they die after they sting you? Or who dies after they sting
I
you?
think that's what they said. We'll have to get back to you viewers on that, but
Yeah, I think they die after they sting you. Look at that.
Yeah.
One life to live after a sting.
So maybe we should encourage them not to sting us.
Don't sting us, ladies. We're on your side.
Right, we
Feminist
just want
female
you to live a
empowerment.
little longer.
And produce plenty eggs so we can have plenty honey. And bees, thank you. I know you can't hear us, but we are really grateful. Maybe that's why they have, the Cheerios mascot. Honey Nut Cheerios
Yes,
is a guy.
That's true. As a male.
Of course, he doesn't
So
sting
that
nobody. He doesn't sting anybody, so he's the mascot. Yes.
Yeah, so that's our discussion about bees for today. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
If you are a smoker, please pay attention to this message. According to the World Health Organization, there are 1.3 billion smokers in the world today, and tobacco kills 1 out of every 2 smokers. Did you know that there is enough nicotine in 5 cigarettes to kill an average adult if ingested whole? There are more than 7,000 chemicals in tobacco smoke, of which more than 250 are known to be harmful. More than 69 are known to cause cancer, and 16 are classified as Group 1 carcinogens. Smoking kills. Are you ignoring that warning every time you smoke? Please stop. Smoking can lead to severe health complications and even death. It affects almost every organ in the body, especially the lungs and heart. It raises blood pressure, increases blood clots, and increases the risk of stroke, heart attack, and cancer. It is hard to quit smoking, but it is not impossible. Don't let tobacco destroy you. Remember the 4 Ds to curb your tobacco cravings. 1. Delay. Set a time limit before you decide to smoke. 2. Drink water. Go get a drink before you do anything else. 3. Do something else. Have a goodie bag handy of other things to do. And 4. Deep breathing. Take at least 10 deep breaths every time you think about smoking. Quit smoking and live a longer and happier life. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, St. Kitts and Nevis.
If you gradually use less salt, you will gradually want less salt. Eating less salty foods will reduce your cravings for salty foods. Let's get salt smart.
That's you.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. A few weeks ago, Hortensia and I played Wordle.
I didn't win though.
Hey, Wordle is not as easy the first time around. So guess what? It's our second time around.
Yes.
If you don't know what Wordle is, it's an online game that has taken the world by storm. So here's how it works. We have 6 tries to guess the secret word of the day. Each guess must be a valid 5-letter word. After each guess, the color of the tiles will change to show how close your guess was to the word.
Yes.
If the letter turns green, then it's in the correct spot. If the letter turns yellow, then it's in the word, but not in the right spot. If the letter turns gray, then it's not in the word at all.
Got to go.
Okay? So, hey, let's try this again as we loosen up. Hortensia and I will play Wordle again.
Again, yes.
Do you think we can beat this game this time?
Let's try our best. This is one where I wouldn't psych up Elise's mind to say I'm going to win, because I didn't win the last time, but let's hope I'm going to win.
Okay, so let me go first then. You heard that, right, audience? She's letting me go first. Okay?
I am.
So let's try knock.
I really think she was thinking, Oksana. She was thinking. Slight. Ooh, light.
Oh, 1. Okay. With a G. A word with a G.
It may not be a word with a G. G might just be somewhere in the word. That has goose.
Grunt.
Oh, sorry.
No, grunt.
Yeah. Ah, look at you.
Nice. Okay, so it's in the right position.
Grand.
Oh. Okay, so it has an R and A.
Yeah, but they're in the wrong
they're in the wrong position.
Great.
Yeah. Try that one.
This game is a team effort between me and Elisa.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to compete.
Okay. So it has an E as well.
One more try, so we gotta be careful.
One more try. Let me try and think.
There's no T, so we gotta get rid of the T.
It has.
Oh my God, this is hard. Elisa, we got this.
Make
sure. Let's not play like Family Feud and call the same thing twice. Ooh la la. G's the first one.
Gear. Gear.
G. B.
Gear.
My gosh, grand. Ooh la la. Oh my god. Audience, are you having this much trouble?
I don't know.
Our viewing audience, are you having this much trouble as us? This game really makes you think. But the R's in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Grand?
No, the R is not there. The R has to be in a different position.
Oh Lord. Oh my god.
I keep thinking it needs to be GEA, you know, but I can't.
Yeah, GE. No. Can we get a clue? Okay, we got a clue.
GA.
But E still in it, huh?
Yeah. GA.
Where do we put the R though?
I don't know. Gar.
G-A-R-E-D? G-A-R-E-D? Is that a word? No? G... Oh my gosh. G-E-A.
G-A.
G-A-E.
No, that's a hint.
G-A-E. No?
No. G-A. Gamer?
Aww. Thank you, guys. Viewing audience, did you get that?
I hope you got it before we did.
Oh my god.
I really hope you got it before we did.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Want to provide the stat this time?
Yes. Let me see what I should put up there. Paired? Oh, no, that might be too long. Hold up. Ooh. Goose? I don't know. No, goose. Roast? Okay, thanks. You can leave roast. I appreciate the roast.
Okay, goose.
Okay. No, nobody wants to be adopted. Nobody wants to adopt today.
Bloom.
Wow.
No. Okay, we'll put back the one they had then.
No O's.
Oh, no O's at all.
No
That's
S, no
true.
E, no B, no L, no M.
Okay, that's true. We should look and see what's not there.
Okay.
Okay.
Frost? No O's, no O's. Don't put in frost, please. Yeah. That's why I said cancel the frost.
Okay, try cheer.
C-H-A-R.
No! Jamie.
Oh my gosh! Yay, Alicia! Oh my gosh! You gotta give us something special for that.
Luck.
Oh my god!
That's what you call luck. Let's try something else now. Let's see. What word can we put in there?
Stare. S-T-A-I-R, up and down.
Okay. Oh, it has an S.
Okay.
No. Doesn't have in a T.
No T, no A, no I, no R. Okay.
S. Smart.
No A, no A, no A.
Oh,
shoes,
no T and no A.
shoes,
Oh,
shoes.
okay.
Oh,
it has in an E.
Oh. But we don't even know if the S and the E goes after.
Right.
5-letter word with an S and an E. No T, no H, no O, no I, no R.
S. S E.
Why, well, sir. Oh. Ooh.
So, okay. No, I can't do that.
No. No R. Oh, shucks. No A. Oh my gosh, no H.
S-T.
No T.
Oh, no T.
No T, no I, no A, no I, no R, no H, no O, no S audience. So I don't know. S. Snake?
Yeah,
Snakes. Oh no. Oh my God.
Okay, no N.
But the E is in the right place though. Look at that.
Yeah, the E is in the right place.
So we gotta figure out what goes.
Spell?
No.
No.
Okay, we gotta be careful. We only have 2 more tries, audience. How are you?
boy.
How are you faring? How are you getting through?
Yeah, let us know if you're winning this game.
Please do. We look forward to the
doing a little better
comments.
than the
I
first
know. The first time we were like lost.
First time was terrible.
But it
This
has
is a
us
little
thinking.
better.
Yes, it has us thinking.
Yeah, we're getting.
Oh my
Let's
gosh,
see.
but we still only have 2 letters.
How about
No H.
S?
Oh my God. No L's. Oh my gosh. No speak. No K. No S. Oh my gosh. Oh. Do you think we should beg for a clue?
Your hint? You mean?
This is, yeah. Can we get a little hint so we can? No hint. Oh! No love. No hint. We are in the lucha luchando. We are in the fighting. Oh, we are.
S-H.
No H. I don't know. This word is kicking. So we have to look at the letters that are still on the board that we haven't used. Yeah. S-M-E. S-M-E. S-E-X-Y. No. S-W.
Squeal. No, there's no A in it. No, there's no A in it.
Oh my gosh.
Then
no L.
Right.
No S. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at us just trying, and we are not being able to put it together.
S-C. Okay, they gave us a hint.
S-C-E.
Yeah, because the E was there. S-C-E.
Oh my gosh.
Scene?
No.
No, because there's no
N. Yeah.
No N.
Oh my god.
S-C-E.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. S.
Why is it so difficult?
It is very hard. S-E-W. I don't know. S-E-W.
S-C.
S. Oh my god. This is hard, y'all.
How do you spell C-U?
No, with an A and with an L. No, we can't. We can't use that. Yeah.
Wouldn't be in the correct position.
Yep. We can't. Random. Okay. S-W-E.
Sweep. But then you see, it would need the next E.
And it would need a P.
It would
none
need
of
a
them
P,
are in
and
there.
P is not in there.
Oh my gosh. S-C. S-F-E, but that's not a word, right? S-F-E don't sound like a word.
Right, and the E would need to come after this C.
Sweet? No, it needs an I. That needs an I.
Right.
Suede?
Oh. There you go!
Oh, in my my new suede shoes.
Yes, your blue suede shoes. Yeah, definitely. Nice.
Ladies and gents, we could have only gotten 2 words.
We only got 2,
but
but
we
hey,
did
that's
better
better
than
than the
last
first time.
And we each got 1, so we're tied again. So there you have it. I hope it boggled your brains as much as it boggled ours, and that the next time we both, viewers and hosts, we will both get the words.
Yes,
that
definitely.
we need.
So you have to comment and tell us how you did on this
and
game
you have to stay tuned and watch us every day to see what we're going to play.
Yes, and we have something very exciting coming up. Cortens is something to do with cake. I
know. Cake,
something to do with cake.
It's not our birthday, but it's just a cake day. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Against COVID-19 requires the continued practice of public health measures across all sectors and in every community. Frequent and proper hand washing, wearing face masks, and physical distancing. Do you know who is not physical distancing? The Aedes aegypti mosquito. Let's avoid overloading our healthcare systems. This means simultaneously protecting yourselves and your loved ones from all disease, including mosquito-borne illness like dengue fever, Zika, and chikungunya viruses. Did you know that dengue is the most common mosquito-borne viral disease in the world? So let's get to work. Use window and door screens to keep mosquitoes out. Change the water in vases and scrub inside surfaces to remove mosquito eggs. Avoid using saucers with potted plants to prevent collection of water. Securely cover water barrels and drums with mosquito netting and properly fitted covers. Scrub the inside walls of water barrels and drums with detergent 1 to 2 times per week. Walk around the outside of your home and remove or overturn containers that can collect water and become breeding sites. Mosquitoes only need a small amount of water to lay their eggs. Remove unwanted cans, bottles, buckets, or used tires. Other items still in use must be properly stored in covered areas to avoid water settling in them. Clean roof gutters and air conditioner trays. Debushing and removing tall grass from around your home or establishment is also key to reducing mosquito populations. To decrease your risk of being bitten by infected mosquitoes, use proven personal protective methods too. Apply an effective mosquito repellent to exposed areas of skin according to manufacturer's instructions. Wear light-colored long pants and shirts while outdoors in the early morning and late afternoons. Further, protect vulnerable family members like pregnant women, children, the elderly, and persons who are unwell by using mosquito nets to sleep or rest, even during the day. Fight the bite and protect yourself and your family too from mosquito-borne diseases. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, Office for Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean countries.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
As a hypertensive patient, in my home, I reduce salt intake by not adding salt during the preparation of my food, not having a salt shaker on my table, limiting the consumption of salty snacks, and choosing products with low sodium content. That's why I am Salt Smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Our smiles are as big as you see them, as we were wishing we had some cake. It's that time of the morning, and it's time for Good Morning SKN's Expressions. We will be speaking to Laurencia Powell Joseph, the co-owner and baker at Indulge Eats. Indulge Eats is a local dessert shop that offers a wide range of beautifully designed cakes. Join us in welcoming Laurencia to Good Morning SKN to find out how she developed her skills. Good morning, Laurencia. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I love the smile. I love the smile. Into the meat of things. Indulge Eats recently had a 4-inch cheesecake special. Tell us how that went.
Okay, well, the response was a lot more overwhelming for us than we thought it was.
Okay, okay.
We were trying to find a simple special that persons could find value in these economic times. So we didn't want anything too expensive, but we wanted to have either share with friends or coworkers or family members, but not break the bank.
Okay.
Or if you want to have it for yourself and then use it, eat it, enjoy it over a few days rather than just that one time.
Okay.
And we came up with the 4-inch cheesecake.
Okay.
So what's the normal inches on a cheesecake? I'm intrigued. You said 4-inch.
Yes, it's.
Good morning. This is
The continued
Carol
fight
from
against
Chronicle,
COVID-19
and I
requires the
listen to Good
continued
Morning
practice of
SKN.
public health measures.
Yo, me pray every time I feel can't do no different. Swear me have a win, that's why I'ma try again. Pray every time I feel, cause God always a listen. One day I have to win, that's why I'ma try again.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. And we apologize for that brief break in transmission, but I think maybe the internet wanted cake.
Cake.
The internet
all about the
wanted
cake. Yeah.
cake. So Laurencia, I was asking you, what's the difference with this 4-inch cheesecake? Is that the normal size of cheesecake?
No, not really. The normal size is that's about maybe 8 inches, 9 inches, but for the purpose of that special, the 4-inch was the best option for us. We could do it at an affordable price so customers could get value out of it.
Right. Nice.
So have you always had a love for desserts?
Yes.
Oh,
very much so.
Lovely. Is this something that you studied or is just something?
No, it's just something that I like.
I love when it is not a study and we can just do it and it's good, right?
She just has the skill.
The knack.
Yeah.
You're just good. You're just good.
And they're very tasty.
Oh, you've tasted? I'll ask a question. So can you recall your earliest memory of baking?
Okay, I don't know if it was the first memory, but I remember Auntie Sue. That's what we call her.
Okay.
My aunt-in-law. When I was younger, she had a baking business. She used to do wonderful wedding cakes, and Mommy would go with her to help us set up. And I got to tag along once or twice, and eventually she allowed me in the kitchen to see what she did. And I remember being just so overwhelmed with the process, how much work it took, all of the things that were needed, but it brought me a sense of joy, a sense of peace. It always felt like home. It always feels like home even now when I bake.
And it brought you to our couch today to talk about it.
Yeah, and you had a great mentor.
Yeah.
positive impact on you.
Yeah,
So baking, in your case, it doesn't just involve the baking aspect of it. The cake also needs to be decorated. How did you get into that decorating part of it? Because, well, you did mention Auntie Sue had wedding cakes to do. So was that a natural addition?
For me, not really at first. I just like desserts that taste good. So I used to spend lots of hours in the kitchen. My husband would tell you if he were here right now that he would just get tired of all the stuff I would buy and want them out of his house. And I would just, for me, it had to be tasty. That was what was important to me at first.
Taste, right.
But I like trying new things, so eventually I started to dabble and
So, does your husband wish now that you would have gotten rid of those things? I bet he's singing a different song now. I bet he's singing a different song now. Look at that. Ooh, that looks like the colors I have. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yes, it is.
I'm hungry. Where's
So
the coffee
when did you launch Indulge Eats?
Okay, well, Indulge as a business launched in 2016. We added the Eats in 2020 when we started doing food.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But for the cakes and treats and stuff, we started that as a business in 2016. It was actually my husband. He's the other owner of Indulge. Because he was like, I think you should start making some money from this, because you just buy all this stuff and then you bake it and then you just give it away.
Thank you, husband, for pushing her and giving her the inspiration to continue. We appreciate you, husband. We do.
And so, what was your first thought when you completed your first baking order? So let's concentrate on the baking aspect. When you had done everything, when you got the order and then the person said they wanted this, which is something we'll go into the custom made in the next segment. But in terms of getting your order completed and giving it to your customer, what was your first thought? Was it like, whew?
Okay, when I got the order, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I could do this. I don't know if she will like it. And then when I was finished, that was still my thought, like, oh my gosh, I hope she likes it. I was so afraid. My husband had to go to the door and give it to her when she came to collect it. My first order was from my neighbor, actually. She lives 2 doors away from me, Yvette. Hi, Yvette, if you're watching. She has been a constant customer of mine over the years. She was my first order. It was for my daughter's 18th birthday.
Okay. And it turned out great, right?
So what were the comments? Rave comments?
Yes, she collected the order and went up, and then her daughter came back who the order was actually for, and she was all excited and happy.
Nice. So now when you bake, you go to the door and deliver your stuff, right? I just want to know how high the confidence is now after that rave review. You definitely have to go and say, this is my work.
But sometimes I prefer. There is one of the ladies on my team. She is excellent with people. I'm very shy. She's excellent with people, so sometimes I send her. She's very good. Hi, Ruth, if you're watching.
Hi, Ruth.
Laurencia, very interesting discussion. We are going to get into more details about your business when we come back. So don't go anywhere. Cake.
Stay tuned. Most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Most people consume excess salt from processed foods, such as snack foods, processed meats, instant meals, and condiments.
Instead, use fresh vegetables, ground provision, fresh meats, and natural herb seasonings, just like our grandparents did, and just like you did with this soup. We are Salt Smart.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and we are continuing our discussion with Laurencia Powell Joseph, the baker at Indulge Eats. Laurencia, we are going to continue talking about cake.
We just need some coffee and some cake.
Yeah. So technique is a very important part of what you do at Indulge. So how did you arrive at this? In terms of you first did the baking process, then the decorating process. Give us some insight into how you accomplished this.
Okay, so what I learned very early that worked for me to get the flavors right, to get consistent cake, and to keep the texture being nice and soft and fluffy, was to not overmix the flour.
Good stuff.
One of the things that we do every time we mix a cake is we separate all the dry ingredients, we sift them together, and then we whisk it all, and so it becomes one dry ingredient mixture, and we do that with the wet ingredients as well.
Okay.
Nice.
So the mixing time in the actual mixer is a lot less than it would have been if you added the ingredients one by one.
Right.
Okay. So
that makes it fluffy.
Time and time efficient too. Wow.
So what about the decorating part of it? How did you come up with that? Did you look at stuff and decided?
Yes, YouTube, trial and error. I had a cousin, she doesn't live here anymore, but when she was here, we used to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I did a lot of my trial and error days with her. We did anything fondant, we made our own gummies with names, everything. I tried, and she was a part of my process.
Okay.
Is this her? That's you?
Oh, yes, that's me.
That's her. Laurencia, have me forgiven. Forgive me, please.
Yes, that's
wow,
Laurencia.
that's lovely.
So who does the taste testing?
Hubby?
Husband, children.
See? Husband came number one.
My stepdaughter, my son, Hazel Jeffers, she has been a very big supporter of me as well. She always gives me feedback when I do.
Right.
Okay.
The staff, of course, because they are part of my process. Whenever we're developing something new, I involve them in every step.
Okay.
Okay, tell us how you do these cakes for your customers in terms of they are custom made because your customers tell you what they want.
Yes, they do.
So what's the process? Do they call you and explain and then you try it, or tell us what you go through?
Okay, for some customers, they're just nonchalant, like, I just want a cake, your cake tastes good, give me what you feel like.
Yes. Okay.
And then there are some, they would send you a photo they find online and say, can you do this?
Okay.
And we do it. And then there are others who are involved every single step of the way. They come and they sit with you. Sometimes you have to sketch something for them.
Oh, so you do consultation as well.
Yeah.
Lovely, 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 lovely. So what is your favorite thing to do, baking or decorating?
Baking.
Okay, baking. Okay.
I love decorating as well. I like seeing, and decorating provides the thrill for me of doing something new.
Okay.
But baking, because the flavors are what is most important to me.
That is the next thing. What is your favorite flavor of cake to bake? Does it include
White
rum?
Russian. That's the one that Kerry had.
So hey, explain that for those of us who don't know alcohol. What is White Russian?
Okay, it's a vanilla-based cake with coffee, espresso, and Baileys and vodka.
So it has to be in the right proportion so that it's not, I guess, too soft.
Yes,
or
it doesn't
too
get
soggy.
too soggy,
Yeah.
not too pudding-y.
Right, exactly.
And Alicia, it was none of the above. It was very good. So now I know I'm getting the white Russian cake for my day.
Have you ever had a really challenging cake? Maybe a customer had a request that you had never done before?
Yes.
Which one is the most challenging for you then?
I think the first time we did a creedy car cake.
A creedy car cake?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you happen to see the cakes that were on the screen before?
No.
A teacup, a polo shirt. Look exactly like a polo shirt in a box.
Wow.
Exactly. And
so what was it about the car then? Is it the curves coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was not adequately prepared for that one.
The car.
Yes.
So you had to sculpt the cake?
Yes. And I had to do it more freehand because I didn't get templates done. So it was a bit challenging. But that was back in 2017.
Oh.
It wouldn't beat me so much now.
How long? How many hours did that car take you, Laurencia?
Maybe about 13 altogether.
Wow. Straight or you stopped?
No,
and
she would have
stopped.
stopped and put that bad boy in the freezer. Listen,
I thought you pulled some all-nighters.
You know, those competitions, sometimes they go straight.
Straight, yeah.
Oh my
I did
gosh.
that once with my son's birthday cake when he was making 5.
So how many hours? All-nighter?
Maybe almost 20 hours altogether. It was a long process.
And what type of cake?
I started the day before his party. It was a standing Lego Batman cake.
Wow.
What? That's a big cake.
Yeah,
and details.
Yeah, I know.
Because Lego
I'm so intricate,
details,
with the little curvy arms and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. You go, girl. Power to you.
By the time his party came, I was so tired. Nobody even saw me at the time.
But they saw the cake, so
And
you were there. Yeah.
She was driven by love.
Yes. Oh, indeed.
So, Laurencia, it's been a pleasure having you here today.
Hold up. Before we go, though, if someone wants to contact you, where can they find you? Can you let them know?
You can call or WhatsApp 668-5725. We have an Instagram account. It's indulge_SKN.
There you have it.
So indulge in her cake. I will be doing that soon.
Yeah, that's an appropriate name.
Yes.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492,
Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Did you know that there are certain seasonings that contain more salt than you actually need? There are more natural, healthier ways to reduce the salt intake in your dishes by using natural things like onions, garlic, seasoned peppers, and even thyme and merengue powder.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
Good afternoon. And to what do I owe the pleasure of your visit today?
Good afternoon. After finding a lump, I visited the health center to see a nurse, and she found a lump as well. Doc, do you think this is the big C? I shouldn't have cancer. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Nobody in my family has ever had cancer.
Slow down, not so fast. Not every lump of the breast is cancerous. The breast goes through a number of changes. It can be a piece of fatty tissue or some other non-cancerous lump of the breast. Either way, I'll have to examine you first to make sure.
Okay. I did not know I was supposed to examine my breast myself.
Yes, the self-breast examination is very revealing. It is the first step in diagnosis. It is important to self-examine your breasts once monthly after you've had your period. That way, you would know how your normal, healthy breasts feel and be able to detect any changes early. If any abnormality is detected, there are more defining tests such as the ultrasound and/or mammogram.
Mammogram? No, I've heard that mammogram thing hurts badly.
I'm sure that most of what you've heard about the mammograms are exaggerated encounters. Here's the referral. Take it to the facility. Before the exam begins, you will have to fill out a short pre-test questionnaire. Let the doctor know if there's a possibility of pregnancy. Leave jewelry at home and wear loose, comfortable clothing. Don't wear deodorant, talcum powder, or lotion under your arms or on your breasts, as these may appear on the mammogram and interfere with correct diagnosis. During the exam, each breast is compressed horizontally between two plates for imaging and then diagonally for further imaging as needed. So how was the experience?
It's not what I expected. My teenage sister found a lump in her breast. Should she get a mammogram too?
All lumps of the breast and changes should be investigated. A mammogram is recommended once a year for every woman aged 40 and over, even younger if there's a family history.
Oh, gee. Women have to endure a lot.
Men have to check their breasts too. Yeah. Yes, some men do get breast cancer too. So remember, get checked today. Early detection saves lives.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be safe. One kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up. Yeah. Cause no man's alone. Do what's right. Alright. Cause I love you. Brother, my sister. And we're in this together. My sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
SKN. Hortensia, no, it's that time.
It's that time, but it's not that time.
It's time for what's happening.
What's happening?
Right, it's time for what's happening.
Yeah, but we're not at the end of the show.
We're not at the end of the show. And guess what? We have Jehan Williams, author and founder of Bouncing Daughter Productions.
I know, publishing.
So don't go anywhere. So right after what's happening, she's going to be with us.
Yes, yes.
So let's do what's happening.
Yes. So you're going to start off?
No, you can.
Oh, okay. So there's an after-work party and barbecue. Quick Stay will be hosting an after-work party and barbecue event today, Friday the 20th May from 4 p.m. until. Entertainment will be provided by DJ Slims. I wonder if there's a DJ Fats and Equinox
It's possible.
There will be deals on various beverages. So if you are looking for a spot to unwind this afternoon, Quick Stay has got you covered. If you didn't know, Quick Stay is an accommodation bar and snack it located on Lozac Road opposite the Cricket Stadium. So it's located on Lozac Road opposite the Cricket Stadium in Basse-Terre. Work hard today. I like that. They encourage you to do your work, then party harder at Quick Stay this afternoon from 4 until. So go out and enjoy yourselves, folks. Your after work line.
You notice the name too, Quick Stay.
Quick Stay.
But then again, they're still saying until.
There's a Quick Stay. Until. Yes, yes.
So for the morning. So next up we have Let's Do This. The Ministry of Entrepreneurship, Entertainment and Talent Development, MOENT, in collaboration with our production company here, Studio 327 Inc., presents a new TV show, Let's Do This. This show will give entrepreneurs with existing or new ideas an opportunity to pitch their businesses to investors. This is a call for participants. Submit your resume and a one-page overview of your new or existing business idea to MOENT, SKN, at gov.kn. Let me say that again. MOENT, SKN, at gov.kn. And guess what? If your pitch is accepted by an investor, you can get an opportunity to win a total of $10,000 EC dollars. Cottenton, did you hear that?
Money.
10,000 EC dollars. Of course, this would go towards your business.
Yes.
So why would you pass up this opportunity?
Please don't pass it up.
The deadline is today.
Friday
the 20th. So act fast. Send in your application now for a chance to win that 10,000 EC dollars.
Yes. And we are back to my favorite island, Exposition Nevis Festival. The Ministry of Tourism in Nevis will be hosting a festival tomorrow. Most of you don't work tomorrow, so go on out, have fun.
Man.
Saturday the 21st of May.
Take a little trip over.
Exactly. This event is part of its month-long tourism awareness activities dubbed Exposition Nevis. The festival is a fun day that will cater to the entire family. There will be bouncing castles, games of tug of war, dog and bone, lime and spoon, old-time games, and horseback riding.
Sounds fun.
There will also be all kinds of Nevisian cuisine. Alicia, maybe you can go and get the thing.
Yes.
So it's tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I want to taste that cassava dish.
She's coming.
Something like cornmeal.
Yes. There will also be cultural performances, art and craft exhibition, live soca and calypso artists, and so much more. The event will take place at the Malcolm Gishard Recreational Park tomorrow, Saturday, 21st May, from 11 a.m. until. Join the Ministry of Tourism in Nevis to celebrate tourism.
Wow.
So go on out.
Sounds exciting.
Okay.
And there you have it, folks. Remember, Jihan Williams is going to be our next guest.
Yes.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom, but my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. So girl look me, but me know in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
Everyone is encouraged to adopt a healthy and positive approach to daily life. Here are a few friendly reminders.
When you go to the local market and food vendors, remember to maintain a social distance of 6 feet or 2 meters apart. And always wear your mask.
Always keep your hands clean. Wash your hands with soap and water or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
When dining, choose restaurants with staggered seating. This will lower the risk of transmission.
If you have a fever, cough, or other respiratory symptoms, please wear a mask and seek medical care immediately. Rest at home and do not visit the food vendors, local markets, or restaurants.
Bless up, Dejo here, and I'm doing my part in the fight against COVID-19 by following all safety protocols and most importantly, rolling up my sleeve for the vaccine. So I'm encouraging you to do the same because that's our best shot of protecting ourselves, our family, and our friends. So don't wait, vaccinate. Let's roll up to roll out.
Yeah. I know we can make it. It's only just a phase. Once we're vaccinated, united, and everybody gonna be safe. Everybody gonna be one kind, yeah. One people. We are roll up to roll up, yeah. Cause no man's alone, do what's right, alright. Cause I love you, brother, my sister. And we're in this together, my sister, my brother. I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much. I think it's better for us, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Hey, I don't wanna lose you. I love you too much, yeah, yeah. It's better for us. Tell your mommy to roll up to roll out.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Yesterday, Thursday, May 19th, the Ministry of Health and Gender Affairs, in collaboration with Bouncing Daughters Publishing, hosted a conversation and informal session in Nevis on lifting the weight of miscarriage and infertility. Today, for Good Morning SKN's reflection, we have the pleasure of speaking with Jehan Williams, the founder of Bouncing Daughters Publishing and the author of Lifting the Weight of Miscarriage.
Yeah.
Good morning, Jehan. Welcome.
Good morning. That's informational session.
Sorry. Informational.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to dive into the meat of things.
Morning.
Morning, Jehan. So what is the intention, or what was the intention behind yesterday's session? And would you say it was a good turnout? And would you say the objective was achieved?
Well, the purpose of this session really was to create a space where we could have conversation and give persons information on infertility and miscarriage, specifically in Nevis. When I launched the book in November last year, I did a similar session in St. Kitts. So the book launch was actually a book launch and an informational session as well. So having done that in St. Kitts, a lot of persons in Nevis were saying, we need to have one over here as well. So I did that as well. And I think it shows me that people are really interested in knowing more about pregnancy loss. And having partnered with the Ministry of Gender and Health over here in Nevis, they asked me to also include infertility. So we had that conversation yesterday. The turnout was very good. And the discussion was informative. It was emotional. I have so many messages on people telling me, it was, they're mopping up tears, but they learned a lot. They learned a lot, and commendations to the panel for doing a very, very good job last night.
So tell us about the panel then. Who were some of the speakers, and give us a little taste of the matters that were discussed.
Right. So the panel consisted of Dr. William Stones. He's an OBGYN here in Nevis, an extensive background in as an OBGYN. He worked in Africa, he worked in the UK, and he's now based in Nevis. So he gave us a lot of statistics, a lot of information. One of the alarming statistics was that 1 in every 6 couples struggles with infertility. And then we also heard statistics like 1 in every 4 pregnancies end in pregnancy loss. So we see these are very, very prevalent issues, yet it's very hushed.
Yes.
People are struggling and not really getting the information or the support that they need. So he gave us that medical background and that insight, explaining what pregnancy loss, explaining what infertility is, and some of the resources to help. Another panelist was Mrs. Stevie Byron. She is a counselor. She's attached to the counseling unit here in Nevis. So she gave the psychological perspective, you know, how it affects people psychologically. What are some of the treatments or suggestions in terms of how people can cope mentally with infertility and pregnancy loss? And that was well received as well, because she spoke a lot about us attacking these things in a very holistic way, thinking about it not just from, you know, the absence of a baby or what's missing medically, but thinking about how your mindset could help, thinking about how exercise could help, thinking about how support and holistic development could really impact you. So if you remove some stress in your life, maybe it may have an impact on your fertility, and understanding that we have to look at things in a very holistic way. The other panelist was Miss Delian. I can't remember Delian's last name. Why is her name escaping me right now? But Delian Bartlett. Okay. She is a pregnancy loss sufferer as well. She gave her story of 2 miscarriages and having had 2 successful pregnancies. So, and also she and her husband would have been trying to have a baby for quite some time. So she gave the struggle of having experienced infertility, and then when you finally get pregnant, you lose the babies. But then coming out on the other side of being someone who has, you know, been able to successfully hold her babies in her arms. And then I was a panelist as well, telling my own story of losing my son last year, and not last year, 2020, and having that experience with fibroids. And we looked at all these sorts of issues as well. And it was moderated by Joy Napier. So quite a lot of information.
Yes, and we've had Joy on the show, so we know that she did a very good job. And we can see and we can see from what you said why there would have been tears, because you said previously 1 in 6 persons experience this. So, you know, as you said, it's unspoken, but it does happen. As the name of your book says, and the inside of your book itself describes the process that you would have gone through, and so many of our women, as having to lift weights. Explain for those persons who did not read your book, what do you mean by lifting the weight of miscarriage?
The weight of miscarriage is heavy. It's a lot of anger, depression, frustration, confusion. It's a heavy emotional weight that people have to bear. And so I liken it to having to bear this, you know, putting it in a physical context. If you were walking around with this bag of bricks on your back, and still having to walk around your daily life, having to people expecting you to function optimally with this weight on your back, and it really is that burden that so many people are bearing. So I wanted to talk about that in terms of how we are expected to lift this weight and carry on, but also from the other perspective, where the book helps you to learn how to lift it off you. Yes. So actually helping you to how can you cope with this situation so that it does not affect you and bog you down and overburden you. So it really is a play on that concept of having weight on your back, or expecting you to lift. And for me personally, it was a very personal analogy, because I have a history with weightlifting. I have competed even when I was in university with powerlifting and weightlifting. So I've had
go, girl.
Yes, I've had that experience and understanding that, you know, how lifting weight and how it helps. And I've done a lot of things on my social media in terms of showing people that there's actually an connection between building your emotional strength and your physical strength. So for people to understand that as well. So it's about lifting it off and lift how you cope with the weight of it, the emotional weight of it.
So 2 more things. You mentioned social media. How can persons get access to not only your book, but I assume the Ministry of Health would have something online where you can connect to get information about how they can get help, basically, and resources. Do you know that online information, or would they be able to connect through your pages? How do we get this information? Because
for persons in Nevis, they could connect to the Health Promotion Unit Facebook page in Nevis. They're very responsive. And persons, if they're interested in finding out more resources about locally, they can connect with me on social media, Jihan A. Williams, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and my website as well, jihanwilliams.com.
Okay, so Jihan, as we close out, say something briefly to other parents who have had a similar experience.
My advice to you is really be kind to yourself. Recognize that it's not your fault. I can promise you that every woman has a reason or a notion in her head why it was her fault. It's not your fault. These things happen sometimes with no explanation. So it really is, I would encourage women to really just be kind with yourself and find a space where you can just let it all out. If you don't have that sort of support around you, I encourage you to find other women who have been through the experience. I promise you, it's an amazing thing where you don't know these women, you know nothing else about their lives, but once you hear that they've been through this experience, there is a sisterhood that wants to help to protect you. So I think that's something that we really need to work on in terms of finding a formalized space where people could have that outlet. But I would encourage women who have gone through pregnancy loss and are going through pregnancy loss to find that space where you could really let it out, and hopefully you have the support that you need to really just make it through every day, because that's the goal. Just make it through today. Don't think too far about the future.
Okay.
Jan,
great advice, Jan.
Thank you very much for that great advice, as Hortensia said, and for actually opening the conversation.
Yes, thank you.
Because it's something that needed to be done ages ago, but you have taken this opportunity to do this on behalf of all of our women. Yes. So thank you very much for doing that.
It's not just women, it's all of our families.
Thank you.
Thank you for that correction. Yes, because you did even mention in your book that men are ignored and are not giving the opportunity to express their pain during this experience. So thank you for that reminder. Thank you for spearheading this and for involving families, because in some cases, I'm sure even the children would have been looking forward to having a sibling. So thank you very much, Jihan.
From the bottom of our hearts.
And the viewers, you're welcome. Viewers, thank you for joining us today. Remember to follow us on our social media pages, such as Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube, all at Studio 327 Inc. Like, subscribe, follow, and share.
We always invite you to leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. Every part was my favorite part. So see you on Monday at 8 a.m. when you will start your morning with us right here on Good Morning SKN.
Good morning,
Have a great weekend, guys.
Have a great weekend, guys.